So that's it. This is Nigeria right now. Action. Today on the Nigeria Right Now show, we have a big fish. The national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. He is our guest, Dr. Tanimu Kabiru Turaki, SAN, is our guest, and he joins me shortly.
Good morning, Dixon.
Good morning,
How
sir.
are you today?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
You're welcome.
Thank you. And this
So-
is Nigeria Right Now. Please, the hot seat.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. For this opportunity, we appreciate it.
Yes, the pleasure is mine.
Like I stated earlier, my guest is a big fish, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. Yes, Excellency.
My brother Dixon, how are you?
We're good. We're good. How is Nigeria treating you? That's how we begin the show.
Well, we thank God for all his blessings. It has always been good, and it can be better. Now, for us who have been privileged to get everything done by Nigeria for us in our lives, started in a very local school, public school, no payment of school fees, went to secondary school on scholarship, went to tertiary and university on scholarship, went to Nigerian Law School on scholarship, went to NYSC and was collecting allowances. I think there is nothing that Nigeria has not done for us. So for us, therefore, it is what can we now do back
For Nigeria.
as a payback to Nigeria. But that is about me. But if you ask me about Nigeria, then I will tell you that there are a lot of things that are wrong with our country. None of us had imagined that as a nation, we will, after over 60 years of independence, still find ourselves
Yes, yeah.
where we are. I think there are a lot of things that can be done better.
I agree.
There are a lot of things that will have been done differently. There are a lot of things that are not being done, that should be done or should have been done for us as a country. There are a lot of things that are not being done, that ought to be done. So if you're asking me, how is Nigeria treating me, I will say, for me personally, I thank God for all his blessings. But I believe that Nigeria is not treating Nigerians very well.
Especially
as they
because
should.
you represent a large followership.
Of
So
course.
It's expected that even if you're comfortable,
Of course.
how about your people?
That is the issue.
matters, really.
That is the issue.
So Nigeria is not fair.
No, Nigeria is not being, or let me put it this way, the leadership, the current leadership of Nigeria is not being fair to Nigeria, is not being fair to Nigerians.
I agree with that, and a lot of Nigerians are going to agree with you. But let's bring it home.
Yes.
You are now leading the main opposition party as national chairman.
Yes,
The People's Democratic Party.
yes.
And even before we go into the issues, let me straight up ask you about the recent development. Two governors have just departed from your party. The governor of Rivers State and the governor of Osun State. Both of them, the governor of Rivers State gave an excuse that the party didn't stand for him, didn't fight for him. And then the Osun State governor said he has found a better platform. What's your reaction, sir?
You see, I've always maintained, everywhere I spoke, that everybody has the inalienable right. It's a constitutional right for you to associate freely and then dissociate freely. And it's the same also with political party. At this level, now everybody, whether you're a governor or not, you have the right, when you think that you want to leave, to leave. You have the right to move somewhere, to move elsewhere, and then find company and solace in whatever platform you think you're called. But even as you have this inalienable right, you see, there are certain things that there may be moral considerations. There may be moral considerations. You begin to consider, for some of them, what has PDP not done for them? So you want to live, you live with impunity. I think there is life after the office of the governor of a state. If you treat PDP that had treated you well and had given you every opportunity to aspire to become what you want to be in life, and then you are leaving that party with ignominy, with impunity. The people that you are meeting should also be wise enough to look at the character behind you, to look at the sort of person that you are, and then to be very, very careful in the way they are going to associate with you. But beyond this, I've always maintained that everybody has a right to live. But what makes PDP different from other political parties is not the governors that make the party. It's the people, Nigerian people, that make the party. Most of those governors became who they are, not because of their own personalities, but because Nigerian people, particularly those who subscribe to the ideals and core values of PDP, had given them an opportunity. We've seen people come and go. Yes, others will come, and they will make more governors by the special grace of God.
But how does that erode the chances of the party? Because some are saying, okay, if all of these governors with their deep pockets, depart the party, how would the party now function? How would the party fund its activities and all of that?
In 1998, when 3 political parties were registered, PDP inclusive, PDP did not have a councillor, did not have one local government chairman, did not have one member of a state house of assembly, nor did we have then any member of National Assembly or governor or president. We won election, Dixon. It's not going to be different. Now, what had distinguished PDP and made it different at that time was the fact that the leadership, the then leadership and subsequent leadership of PDP had always maintained that this is the People's Party and had taken the party back to the people and had allowed the people to own the process within the party itself. This is what we want to do. I admit that as human beings we made some mistakes in the past. Some were deliberate, some were instigated from within and from without, some were spawned on us. But we've learned our lessons. And this is the message I've been putting across to Nigerians since my election in Ibadan. We have learned our lessons. We've made mistakes. This is a new regime. This is a new sheriff in town. What are we going to do? We are going to take this party back to the people. We are going to listen to Nigerians like we've done in the beginning. Nigerians, what do you want? Nigerians, who do you want? What Nigerians want, who Nigerians want is what we are going to give them. Now, when you allow the people to own up the process, when you allow the people to have a fair and transparent and equitable process, you see, you carry them along, you galvanize them, they feel that this is our project. And being their own project, now they try to make sure that they propel it to success. This is what we are going to do. In addition to a lot of other strategies which I cannot say in the national television, I won't say them.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. But the angles that people are also worried about is PDP losing its grip on leadership and all of that. Because if you're losing people and yeah, you may say some other people are coming in too and all that. How will you react to how
we're
PDP
not
left
losing
the political
people.
Arena before
Let me correct that wrong impression. We're not losing people. Now go to those. I urge you to go to some of those states where the governors left and then make an inquiry as a journalist. Have the people of PDP, have the entire membership of PDP left with those people? You will discover that in some of those states, even political appointees that are enjoying the legacy of government in those states are taking exception to the movements of their governors. And they are saying, we're not following your excellency, sir. We remain where you found us. So if a governor leaves, and I've maintained it, it's not a senator, it's not a member of House of Reps or a governor that makes the party. And that is what makes PDP different. It's Nigerian people. And that is why this is People's Democratic Party. So where a leader leaves, or where a person that has been given an opportunity to lead the people decide to leave, and then the people said, we're here. It was these people that made him in the first place, and by the special grace of God, these people will look for other more responsible persons, and then make them governors. So we'll make more governors. We'll make more members of National Assembly by the special grace of God, because Nigerian people, particularly those within the PDP family, have woken up again.
Would you say, sir, that there is something attracting sitting governors to the camp the way they are doing? Is there anything the ruling party is doing right that is possibly attracting them? Like the River State governor said, oh, that the president but for him that he would have become a former governor by now and all of that. Is there anything that you may, from your own position, inform Nigerians why these people are living the way they are living?
I'm not going to be judgmental. I will allow Nigerians to look at every situation in its own perspective and then make a judgment. But let me respond to the issue of Rivers that you said, that the governor you allege had said that without the president, he would have been a former governor. Yes, there was a crisis. Who instigated the crisis? Who instigated the crisis that led to the problem that he felt will have removed him from office? The root of it came from APC.
How so?
Yes, because APC led federal government using an APC serving minister, creating problems for a PDP sitting governor. And at the end of the day, the governor was now forced to now go back to APC government, the federal government, now for a temporary reprieve, a reprieve which came contrary to the provisions, clear provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So when you look at all these things, for me, and indeed for a lot of Nigerians out there, it's sort of muzzling up. People are being muzzled up, people are being intimidated, people are being harassed, people are being...
They've been induced possibly also?
Well, I wouldn't know. There's even that allegation of inducement.
There is a serious amount
yes,
of money out there.
That is what some people are saying. But for me, at my level, I will not tell you that there's inducement because I've not seen verifiable evidence for that. But I will not be surprised also if that allegation is not true.
What are the legal angles, as a senior advocate of Nigeria, the legal implication of someone elected under a platform, House of Assembly members have defected, and all of, is there any move the party is going to make to redeem or reclaim?
There is a lacuna in our constitution as far as the issue relating to the elected governors is concerned. The constitution seems to be rather silent. But for members of legislative houses, whether in the State House of Assembly or in the National Assembly, the constitution clearly stipulates that unless where there is a division, that if you decide to leave your political party, then you are losing your seat. But how did the constitution put it? Is first and foremost the presiding officer that will declare your seat vacant. Now, you are leaving a political party, an opposition political party, where the head of that legislative house is a member of the APC, you are going there. How will he declare your seat vacant? Or you are now leaving, and then you get the support and backing of the APC-led federal government, and they made the process of determining the vacancy of your seat impossible. Also, what do you do? But that does not mean that we will not begin the process and then seek what belongs to us. And I assure you, for Rivers, for instance, just like we've done in some other states, we have raised a legal team. We're going to challenge the seats of those 16 members that had defected last week, and we'll get our seats back.
Okay, we'll take a little break and then we'll come back and engage.
Yes.
Nigeria right now with Dixon Irrebu today. My guest is the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Tanimu Kabiru Turaki, SAN. We'll be right back.
I would want to commend Dixon Irrebu on the Nigerian Right Now show. That's a program that is very educative, very informative, very enlightening, and has added so much value in the development of the society. I would recommend that as Nigerians, we always follow Nigeria Right Now.
Welcome right back. This is still Nigeria Right Now with Dixon Irrebu today. My guest is the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, SAN, is my guest, and we've been engaging. Excellency.
Thank you, my brother.
I thank you once again. But the angles that you have raised, assuring the followership of the party that your mandate has taken to another platform, especially as it affects the lawmakers, that you have raised a legal team against their action to at least redeem it. And okay, so let's bring it back to the FCT minister I referred to earlier. So, lots of activities recently. The recent one is his camp, who had expelled from the party, still standing in as members of the party to the level of activating a caretaker committee. What's your reaction to some of this? Has it gotten to the level where Nigeria seems to be lawless?
You see, for me, I honestly don't like speaking about personalities. But the situation that we have found ourselves in now, and relative to the question, is such that probably I will have to take exception to that. Now, my friend, a very good friend, Barrister Nyesom Wike, is no longer, he's my friend. I don't deny my friends. He has been my colleague, he has been a very good friend. He is no longer a member of PDP.
But he says he's still a member of the PDP.
Of course. I can wake up today and say Professor Kabiru Turaki. Does that make me a professor? I can tomorrow go and change my name from Kabiru to Dixon. I have that right. I don't even need to slaughter a goat. I will do that. The law gives me that chance. If for any reason anybody wants to begin to hallucinate, if for any reason a group of people want to continue to deceive themselves, and unfortunately, deceive a lot of people that seems to have liking for them, it's unfortunate. This is a political party. It's like any other organization, like a town union. You cannot breach the rules of that union. And then the party sits down, or that organization, that town union, sit down to say, we have expelled you as a member. And then you continue to say, no, I must be a member. Things are not done that way. Things are not done that way in decent societies. And I want to assume that we are a decent society. The highest decision-making organ in PDP is the National Convention. And the National Convention are taking a decision. After the National Convention is God. And since God will not come into governance of any political party, including PDP, then that is ultimate. Now, this is a group of people that have been engaging in sub-basic activities, anti-party activities, and no political party allows that. They were cautioned to stop what they were doing. They persisted. They were now warned in writing. And some of them were referred to the PDP disciplinary committee. And the committee, under the leadership of Chief Tom Ikimi, one of our most respected elder statesmen in the party, had invited them. They began to give one excuses or another. Some of them even attended the hearing of the disciplinary committee. Recommendations were made, but the party still felt, okay, in the spirit of forgiveness and carrying people along, let us still give them another chance. And chances, not one chance, were given to them. Did they stop what they were doing? No. It got to a point where clearly, publicly, what was being done nocturnally was now being done in public space, openly. And I think any other political party outside PDP could have done what PDP had done. So they have been expelled via a legitimate process at the convention. So for anybody to begin to wallow in self-deceit, oh, I'm still a member. And that is why we decided to give them certificates of expulsion.
That's a new one.
So that when they now, wake up from their slumber, they will see a certificate hanging by their side. Say, oh, I have earned this certificate because of the service to my party. So as far as we are concerned, anybody can continue to claim that they are members of the party. No. You go on deceiving yourselves. But as far as we do know, as far as the regulatory authorities do know, as far as Nigerians also who are out there know, that they are no longer members of our party.
That's fine. Let's bring it to the sealing of the Secretariat of the PDP.
Yes.
What is stopping the law enforcement agencies to open up the Secretariat?
You know, I don't know, but it's sad. It's sad. This is a legitimate leadership of the party. Now, when we were elected at the convention in Ibadan, we made an announcement that the following Tuesday, we're going to have our inaugural NWC meeting and invited our leaders, elders, stakeholders, and governors to attend. Then information got to us that some people who were claiming to be members of the party were now making arrangements to come and disrupt our meeting. I personally in the company of other leaders of the party, went to see the FCT police commissioner. And we had, I would say, a very good meeting with him. We told him this is the information that we stumbled on. I pleaded with him, come and ensure that there is no breach of public peace there. Come and give us protection as law-abiding people. And then he assured me, in the presence of my delegation that went to see him, in the presence of other senior police officers that we met with him, and we left. And we thanked him. Now, the following day, as we were planning to go there, information and get to us, which at that point we didn't want to believe, given the assurances that the FCT police commissioner had given us, that some people had broken into our party, purporting to try to conduct a meeting, and they were now being protected by Nigeria police. And they were there in the company of armed thugs. And we said, okay, we'll still go and take our party. So we went there. I tried to speak to one of the Bureau police officers there, and my discussion with him was not helpful. So we said, okay, we're going in. But to our chagrin, we went there in a company of 2 serving governors that have immunity. The police tear gas us, those armed thugs attacked us to protect those, non-members of our party to continue what they were doing. But we persisted, and they ran away, in spite of the attacks on us. And while this was going on again, now information got to us that those non-members of the party had now called the FCT minister to say we're there. So he came in a convoy escorted by more than 200 policemen, and still with another army of armed thugs wanting to go in there. When we came initially, the police said we should park our cars. Outside. And they now tried to allow the FCT minister to drive in his car, and we took exception to that. We said, if you allow him to drive with his car into our headquarters, we also, at least my own car must enter, and the vehicles of the governors must enter. And of course, they had no option. We drove in. And when we drove in, we said we were not leaving, that they had to leave our secretariat. And we forced them to leave the secretariat, in spite of the harassment, in spite of the intimidation, in spite of all the maltreatment that we received from a legitimate national institution that was supposed to give us protection, to whom we had earlier on gone to make a complaint that there is the possibility of this thing happening. And they stood by there and allowed us. If you are not for our resilience, if you are not for our members who trooped there to also protect us, the story will have been different today. So it's sad, it's unfortunate that this kind of thing should be happening at this time in our democracy in Nigeria.
And then the sealing up of the Secretariat.
Now, after that, they said everybody should leave. We said no. I had come to Azum office. I must get into my office. And we insisted that the FCT minister and the people that he brought must leave. And very reluctantly, the police forced them to leave. And when they left, I now went into my office. And I zoomed leadership. And I addressed a press conference from there. So we then postponed our meeting to the following day. Now, as we are leaving, we now heard that the police command had decided to now seal our office. Now, we are a law-abiding party. If you ask me, I will tell you, I do not see any reason why they should do what they have done. But we do not want to take the law into our hands. We've gone to court, challenging the Inspector General of Police to open our office. And we'll wait for it to be determined judicially.
The state of our country. What can PDP do differently? And what is the possibility of the names we're hearing that you're possibly going to throw up for presidency? We're hearing that the likes of Peter Obi and the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, and all of them are angling to fly your ticket. How true is that?
For what PDP can do differently, the question should be, what did PDP do differently?
Comparing to what is now.
And we leave Nigerians to be the ultimate judge, because they are the ones that will decide the regime change democratically as far as we are concerned. But even if you now just look at what happened in the 16 PDP glorious years of governance in this country, we built strategic institutions, EFCC, ICPC, strengthened the code of conduct to do what? To fight corruption. Corruption did not start with PDP. Corruption lives in every decent society.
Yeah.
No government had consciously made efforts to fight corruption like we've done in Nigeria. Look at the infrastructure that we build all over. Airports, schools, universities. Look at the impact that we made in good governance, and so on and so forth. So for me, I think I shouldn't even be the one that will be saying it. Nigerians are saying it. Nigerians are saying, APC, take us back even to 2015, where PDP left. It's not about what have you done to improve on what PDP had done. The issue is what have you not destroyed as part of the legacy that PDP had left. When you come to the issue of possible aspirants, like I told you, we're listening to Nigerians. If today we discover that Nigeria is saying, we want Dixon, we'll ask you, Dixon, come.
Nigerians, you heard that?
It's left for us. It's left for. But one thing I want Nigerians to know, that we have a lot of army of aspirants that are credible, that can do the work. So we will listen to Nigerians. We will do the proper PDP vintage sifting exercise and process to give Nigerians from the people they want opportunities to say, okay, we believe Nigerians, this had made the PDP irreducible minimum standard for consideration. Pick any person you want. If at the end of the day, Dixon, your name comes out from the ones that Nigerians are whispering to us, we will urge you, come and be on the table.
So you've heard the whispers for GEJ too?
There will always be whispers for a lot of credible individuals.
Because you worked with President Goodluck Jonathan, will you?
We have not gotten to that level. We have not gotten to the level of.
Are you in touch with him?
No, I don't have anything personal. He has been my boss. My relationship with him has always been excellent. So has my relationship been with other potential aspirants.
So you're talking with him?
I've always been talking with him, even before now.
You're talking with Peter Obi too?
Peter Obi is a friend. We've been talking. When the Northern Caucus sat down in a meeting to agree on me as a consensus candidate, the first person that called me to congratulate me was Peter Obi. And I've been in touch with him, just like we've been in touch with other political leaders. For us, there is no limit. There is no bar. We will go and look at credible individuals. We will go and look at our members that we know has what it takes to defeat the incumbent president, to defeat APC. And so in doing that, our shopping list will be as wide as it can be. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Nigeria right now with Dixon Irebo, we have had a wonderful engagement with the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, SAN. Let me remind us, as we would always do on this platform, this country belongs to you, me, and all of us. To build Nigeria requires collective contribution of all Nigerians. And remember that part in our national anthem that says that we may build a nation where no man is oppressed. I'll see you next week on this same show, Nigeria Right Now.